Hi everybody, anyone dialing in, hello, this is Rick here, welcome to Digital Fortress, welcome to the Shelley Countdown Launch live stream and AMA. I'm going to bring up chat over on the side. If anybody has questions for me, let me know. Looks like I got it there, and I need to put it out on Twitter. Hello Mr. Plummer, welcome. Glad to have you here for the Shelley live stream chat and AMA. Questions if you have them. I'm going to post this up on Twitter and in Telegram. And then I'll get started. Let me know if you got any questions. Let me put that up there. And I'll get to them in just a bit. I've got Daedalus up. Let me see here. I'll share that with you in just a bit. Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hi there. Mr. Plummer, MC, 1,000 pulls is max. No, 1,000 pulls is not the maximum. There's no physical network limit to the size of the network. Bradapool. Hello, Bradapool. My brother from Bradapool. Welcome. Cardano Pool. Welcome. Glad to see you here. And welcome to the Shelley Countdown and AMA. All right, I have Daedalus up on my other screen. Let me make sure I didn't close it while I was setting up, and I did not. I have the countdown over here. I will switch back to it. We have it going over here. We got 27 minutes and 58 seconds until the epic transitions, and what I hope that we'll be seeing is that there's a bar graph in here showing the epic data right here. That Cardano is transitioning from a federated system operated by its creators to a decentralized system operated by a community of stake pool operators. During this transition, blocks will be produced by both the federated nodes and by stake pools, and the percentage of blocks will be produced by stake pools will increase every epoch until block production in the Cardano network becomes fully decentralized. Currently, 0% of the blocks are produced by the stake pools. Now, what's going to happen in about 25 minutes here, this 0% is going to roll to 10%, okay? All right, so I'm going to bring that down so I can take your questions, and let me tuck Daedalus a little bit here. Okay, so what's going to happen, 2 epochs ago, before the end of the epoch 2 epochs ago, what happened is the folks at IOG and I think Emergo and CF is also involved. They do a vote. They do like secret ballot. Should we go, D equals 0.9. They issued a proposal under the blockchain, and that proposal went into effect. Once it goes into effect, it's done. It's going to happen unless another proposal is sent to override that proposal. So what will happen is D will equal 0.9, and the pools will make 10% of the blocks, but they'll still get 100% of the rewards as long as they make at least one block. Okay, so D will equal 0.9 in about 25 minutes here. And as long as the pool you're staked to makes at least one block, they will get 100% of the rewards. Now, I don't know exactly what that means. I think we'll find out exactly what that means when it happens 2 epochs from now, when we see the rewards roll in. Then we'll really know. But what you'll see on Yoroi, if you check out Yoroi, I'll see if I can bring it up on here. I do have a Yoroi plugin on here, but I got to make sure it's not, it doesn't have data I don't want to expose in it. But Yoroi has a calendar showing the epoch you're currently in, and then it phases over to the next epochs and it shows the rewards. So currently it might not be that interesting, but 3 months from now, 6 months from now, some period of time in the future, you'll be able to look at that trending chart shown in Yoroi and be able to go, aha, I can see how well this is going or not going, and you'll be able to make informed decisions based off of the graph data that Yoroi pulls from the blockchain and displays inside it. Okay. Hello, Geronimo Bax, JSLOLX, Mr. JTX. Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome there. Ladies as well. Cameron Fraser, how you doing? M. Bellin says, hi, Master Chief. No, it wasn't a Master Chief, Senior Chief. I was a Senior Chief, but thank you. Appreciate it. I'll take the upgrade if you, but I don't have it. Monstradamus the Moor, hello. Hello, welcome. Okay. Now DIGI asked, does Charles Hoskinson have a stake pool? I believe he does. I think he built a stake pool. I do not know what the name of it is. I don't know if he put it out there onto the, issued the certificate onto the blockchain yet or not. So that would be a good question for Charles to ask. Hello, Geronimo Bax. Hello, sir. Tweet Bangalug. Hello, guys. And what's up, Urban Growth Systems Walla Walla? Welcome to the Digital Fortress live stream for the upcoming Shelley and what's happening there with in how many minutes? Let me check my timer here on Daedalus. No, let's see. I have Delegation Center has the clock, 24 minutes and counting. And what I'm going to do is put up Pool Tool and see which pool makes the first block, which decentralized pool. I'm probably going to go 3 or 4 or 5 blocks in. It might take a little while. It might take at least a few minutes until we see the pools themselves making the blocks. I'm not going to count the IOG pools because they have pretty big stake, and people want to see the community pools make the blocks on the mainnet. So shout out to IOG and Emergo for all the work that y'all have done. But the key is going to be the community pools making the blocks on mainnet. That's what we're looking for here. That's what I'm really excited about. And I have my coffee. I need to hit my coffee real quick. Just let me get my hit. Sorry, got to get my fix. Got to get my coffee, man. Love coffee. Okay, so yeah, being an ex-Navy guy. Navy runs on coffee. 24/7, 365 a year, powered by coffee. All right, so all right, I got a Yoroi open. Let me see. This one's on the ledger, so I don't mind showing, but did I upgrade this one? Let me check. I just did a video on my channel, so if you want to use Trezor with Yoroi, let me pop open the Trezor one. If you want to use Trezor with Yoroi, you can. You can secure your funds with Trezor. I actually like I like Trezor more than Ledger because the user interface on the device is easier to use. I just find it more pleasing, like more, it's got better feng shui with the way the interface works on Trezor. That's just all there's to it. But most people do have ledgers. Let me see if I got that going still. Do I have my Trezor version? Let me get my Trezor version up here. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. And there it goes. Yoroi is a real champ coming in here. Daedalus is running great. I know people are running into problems with Daedalus on Windows. My Daedalus is running on a Mac, and it always seems to run rather well. I almost never have Daedalus issues. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, so I've got Yoroi up here, so I can share that with you as well. I did want to let people know, let's see here. Yeah, if you got any questions. There are some people who are using Windows and they launch Daedalus on Windows. A few people have reported this to me, so thank you, those of you who have informed me of this and sent me the screen captures and stuff. These folks have also reported it to IOHK at the Zen desk. They got the link and they submitted it. But basically, if you're using Windows with Daedalus and you're running Bitdefender, Bitdefender appears to be a little bit aggressive, I guess, is a really good thing as a antivirus, and it is flagging one of the web links in Daedalus as being a threat, as having a Trojan horse on that website, which is kind of interesting and strange at the same time. I don't believe it's actually a threat to Daedalus or to the computer. I don't think it is, but then again, I don't know the code that well. But in general, it should be fine. It shouldn't be a problem. But there is probably an issue at that website that it's flagging. But that's just the kind of thing that'll happen when you have a decentralized wallet that has all those web links in it. You know, eventually somebody's either going to get something nasty on their website. But as a link to a location elsewhere, I don't think it's a problem. So they've submitted to IOHK, and I've also left notifications, with IOG and left notifications. So we'll find out more. I don't think it's a real problem. Just wanted to let you guys know. Tony Connolly says, I'm having trouble time with Daedalus in Windows, but I'm staked still. Yes. So in Windows, there is a bit of a problem with Daedalus due to the way Windows handles things a little differently. So they've got to just modify how the code works with Windows to smooth that out a little bit. Okay, so there's a fix coming for that. IOG knows what the problem is, and they got to get that sorted out. And Christian Simonea says, same with Malwarebytes. So Malwarebytes is also flagging certain links in there where the link is in the wallet and the link points out to a website where the pool might store its JSON file, but if that website is infected with a Trojan horse, which was what appeared to be on one of the screen captures that I saw, the virus scanner will flag it, and that's good. That's fine. I mean, that's what virus scanners are supposed to do. It says, ooh, that link has something nasty at the other end, so let's avoid that. And so it's doing what it's supposed to do. Kudos to those of you who are running virus scanners. They are very important to run. I always run virus scanners on my machines, and I keep them up to date. That's very important, especially if you're using crypto and hot wallets on the internet. Make sure you're always running a high quality, reputable virus scanner, and that you keep it up to date, and that you keep the computer up to date as well with the latest patches. That's always good practice when you're using crypto with hot wallets and the internet, and everything's connected. Just people have asked me about the digital fortress. I'm only going to tell you so much about the digital fortress pools, DIGI and DIGI2, because of the security, but the pools are firewalled. They're firewalled onto the internet or off of the internet to minimize the exposure of the nodes. The block producers have zero exposure to the internet, and the secret keys have zero exposure to the internet. I lean towards maximum security. When in doubt, myself and my technicians, I got to give a shout out to my guys. They're down there working on the nodes right now, or monitoring the nodes for the epic transition. That's Christian and Kyle, my two sons. They're both students in the software engineering field, and they write the scripts and the code. We don't use community scripts at Digital Fortress, although there's some really great scripts out there. We don't use them because of there's the possibility someone could clone it or fork it, or a bad guy could put a little nasty thing in there, and then you get tired one night and you click the wrong thing, or you update the wrong thing, and next thing you know, you got something bad on your computer. So Christian and Kyle use all custom scripts and all manual air-gapped transactions, 100% manual, 100% air-gapped when it comes to moving keys onto the hot nodes. Okay, 100% air-gapped, zero external scripts. There is one script we picked up, I think it was the topology updater, and Christian went through it from top to bottom, and it looks good, and it's made by a very reputable person, and then he just kind of tweaked it and customized it so it fits in with his Ansible code. He wrote Ansible code to switch between the primary and the alternate relays, in the primary and the alternate block producers, so that it's very quick and there's minimal downtime. So I just want to let you know, a lot of people ask me about the nodes and the node setups, so I just wanted to provide you that information. I'm going to hop back over to Daedalus here briefly. Let me put that back up on the screen. We have 16 minutes and counting. We're at 16 minutes and counting. Okay, there we go. So we are at 15 minutes and 54 seconds before the turn of the epic. 15 minutes. Oh, I had other questions and comments about my relay configuration. People did ask and mention about how I'm operating my relays. There's many different ways you can run Cardano nodes. There's all different kinds of configurations, all different kinds of hardware setups you can do. It's a pretty amazing piece of software, and what I chose for my relays is maximum security, and that is they are also behind a firewall with minimal exposure to the internet, only what's required to connect to all of the other relays that are out there in the world. So yeah, that's just how I chose to do my relays. I can always run them on the cloud if I wanted to. I could use the cloud as a failover. That's fine as well. The cloud works very well. But so my relays are all co-located on high-speed fiber optic lines, so that I get maximum speed and maximum bandwidth. They are not throttled lines. I have all the bandwidth that's available to that line is available to the relays. But what I chose to do was not run relays in multiple countries, because there's already other people running relays in other countries. So I don't need to run a relay in Canada. I need to point to the relay in Canada. For example, Lovelace Community Pool is running in Canada. So I point to his pool in Canada. I don't need to launch a cloud server in Canada. It's not necessary. I can just point to his, and that's how it should work. Then I'm pointing to his block producer, right? And Marcus with Clio, he's running his in Italy. He's got a lot of relays going wherever he has his stuff going on. But I don't need to run a node in Italy. I need to point to Clio over there in Italy or wherever he has his relays located. And that is also a form of decentralization. So I'm trying to balance decentralization with security and have a good mix of the two. And I think what makes Cardano so robust is that you have many different pool operators running on many different platforms. You have people running on high-end cloud services. You have people running on cloud services that self-replicate, load balancing, Sand, like Michael Fazio's running his on Sand. He's got load balancing thrown in there. And you got people running on bare metal. You got people probably still running on Rock Pies, because the Haskell code is so efficient. It's just so crazy efficient. For what it does. It's just a lot more efficient than Jormungandr, but it doesn't have the peer discovery in there. The peer discovery is going to take a little bit. But anyway, you got a huge array of platforms that the Cardano pool operators are deployed on, that just makes Cardano that much more resilient is by doing that. So just so you guys know. All right, so any other questions in chat? I'll check it out over there. DIGI asks, which one do you recommend to delegate to right now, DIGI or DIGI2? I recommend DIGI2, because DIGI is at probably, it's about 80% towards saturation. There's still room to grow, but DIGI2 has more room. So I would lean towards DIGI2. Excuse me. If you were going to pick a pool to delegate there, as long as a pool makes at least one block, it's going to get 100% rewards. We'll see what that means. Hello, Nath Bond. Good to see you there. Long time no see. Hello, Mark Stopka. Welcome, and good to see you there as well. Hello, mate. I see someone asked Mark, Mark, why doesn't Rick block you on Telegram, or Rick block Mark, or something like that? It's kind of funny. Mark's a good guy. If he forks the code, he forks the code. He's, Mark, you know him. He's a good guy. He's all right. I mean, he's okay. We're okay. I'm okay with him. Not everybody is, but I'm okay with them. All right. So welcome, Mark. Glad to have you here. Gordy boy, good to see you there. Old Pa Sink. Hello, sir. Old Pa. Good to see you. Another old Navy fella there. Old Pa Sink. Go Navy guy. Go Navy. Trade Fees. Hello there. Trade Feeds asks, what is your seed phrase? Trade Feeds, I used to do these crossword puzzles, and I posted them on the Cardano forum, and I put a few of them on my YouTube channel. And the crossword puzzle would have I had like a 500 ADA prize on it, and at the time ADA was only 4 cents, so that was kind of okay. And I did those crossword puzzles, and if people would figure it out, and I would have the sequence down at the bottom. So once they decoded the crossword puzzle, they would get the 500 ADA by putting in the private key. The crossword puzzle was made out of seed phrases. And so I might look at doing that again. But there was it was fun. I thought it was fun. I kind of enjoyed making the crossword puzzles. And it was funny because one person thought they would win because they put in the seed phrase and the ADA showed up in their wallet, and they're like, yay, I got it. But no, you don't got it until you send it to another wallet, because someone else would figure it out. It would only take people like an hour to 2 hours to finish the crossword puzzle and punch in the seed phrase. And a second person would fill in at the same time, but they would actually send it. And so the other person would go, oh, darn, you know, it got snagged away. So that's something to think about. I'll come up with something fun. Mark says, is there an app for that? Yeah, I have an app on my laptop here, a crossword puzzle maker. I can't remember what it's called. But it would generate the words and the pattern for the crossword. And then I would make the clue. I would come up with the clue, or I would search online with the online crossword puzzles, and I would reverse the statement in order to create the clue for the crossword puzzle. And I made them like medium hard because I know there's a language barrier, and I wanted to make sure that anyone could do them, even if English is a second language for them. So it came out pretty good. It worked out pretty good. All right, so King Cardano says, hello, Ricardo Mountain Bum. Good luck producing some blocks. Thank you, King Cardano. I was only joking when I said I upload content under that name. It's a joke. It's not an inside joke. Excuse me, I'm coughing. I've got a little bit of an itch in my throat. Hopefully only have an itch in my throat because I'm talking too much and pretty excited and pretty happy. Let's see, what's the T-minus 8 minutes? We are at T-minus 8 minutes. Let's go over to Daedalus here. Yeah, so T-minus 8 minutes and 23 seconds. And we'll see over here, this 0% will switch to 10%. Let me bring up Pool Tool. Also, let me bring up Pool Tool. I'm going to stop my screen share here. Stop sharing. Stop share. There we go. There we go. All right. Zoom makes it pretty easy. So if anyone's looking at getting into podcasting or YouTubing, Zoom is quite effective. Nice user interface. Shout out to Zoom. All right. So let's see. I'm going to hop over to Pool Tool and then I'll hop over to Yoroi. Level of complexity. Where did I put that? I put it in a wallet? Oh, yeah. What the hell did I do? Oh, I don't want that one. There it is. Okay, delegation. Dashboard. All right, so Pool Tool. Okay, I don't want to miss the countdown. At like 1 minute, I'm going to shift over to Daedalus. Let me make sure I put that up on my screen so I don't miss that. 7 minutes left. 7 minutes left. Yay. 7 minutes until decentralization is activated. Okay, so I've got Pool Tool up over on my other screen. So I'm going to go over there and put that out. Okay, so yeah, so here we have Pool Tool, and what do I sort by? We sort by, not lifetime blocks, live stake. I'm going to sort by live stake and where the pools have the greatest amount of stake. And I'm going to sort by lifetime blocks and see which ones hit 1 there. But see on live stake, so you got these pools up here. Oop, let me make this a little bigger. Hopefully that looks better. So you got here, Bloom Pool has, of the community pools, Digi, ZZZ, they have a lot of stake, but if you think about the big picture, the chances of one of these top pools, like here you got AAA, you got Atata, the chances of one of these, oh, here's Cardanians, all right, are folks that make ADA pools, is Cardanians. If you think about it, there's 11 billion stake out there. There's, or 12, look at that, it's a 12.11 billion stake. So I'm going to have to sort by lifetime blocks, and yeah, and then we're going to have to see which pool makes the first block there based on lifetime blocks. Let's take a look at Yoroi real quick. Here's Yoroi. Here's the dashboard. So this is a staked wallet I got called Megatron. It's got 20 ADA in it. This is a staked Yoroi transaction using Trezor. You see Trezor here? Shout out to Trezor. Good job, Trezor, getting that thing integrated. And if you go to the dashboard, this shows you the Epic progress, 99%. Time until Epic ends, does it say, is this 1 day? Oh, maybe that's a typo. 4 minutes and 54 seconds. I don't know what that one is. But here's where the rewards show up and the epics. Okay, so this is epics from time of Shelley launch and the rewards throughout the epics. So I guess we'll find out once rewards kick in, but I think this is going to be pretty cool right here, this little graph. Once I saw that, I was like, ooh, I like that. That's going to be kind of neat. All right, so I'm going to go back over to Daedalus. First, I'm going to check chat. I want to show you guys that. Oh, Pool Tool. Let me go back to Pool Tool for a minute. Okay, Pool Tool. Oops, right there. Okay, so here we are with Shelley. Let me go to the network. If you haven't seen this before, most of you have probably seen this. But here is the network. Am I logged in on this one? Yeah, I'm not logged in on this one, so you don't see where Digi is. But you see all those nodes out there. No, these nodes on the periphery, it doesn't matter if they're out here. They're probably connected. They probably have peers through the other applications, such as Topology Updater and the CN tools and the various, the tool Martin created to get nodes connected. So yeah, we got that. All right, so I'm going to hop over to Daedalus now. We have 3 minutes and 41 seconds left. All right, let me go back over here to chat and answer questions. Oh boy, I just closed all my web browsers. Is my YouTube still up there? Almost there, guys, almost there. Couple minutes left. Okay. All right. Touche says 4 minutes left. Okay. Hey, Rick, how to upgrade to Trezor Byron wallet? So if you use your Trezor with Yoroi, and the Trezor's already set up with the wallet, when you got to put the plug in. So I have a video on my channel that will show you how to do that. Watch how I install the plugin for Yoroi, and then at installation it will say Trezor wallet or a WordSeed wallet. You click on Trezor. If you already have Yoroi in that Chrome web browser or Firefox web browser, you cannot add the Trezor later. You have to log into another session of the web browser, or if you're using Chrome, then do it in Firefox. That's almost like having another session. Okay, so that way you can use it with Trezor. 1 minute and 57 seconds left. 1 minute and 57 seconds. So you can have multiple, like I have here. I have a regular Yoroi that you just click on and it's logged in, and that is in one account. So I'll give you an example. Make multiple Google accounts. You can make a Gmail called bob@gmail.com, joe@gmail.com, tiffany@gmail.com. You got 3 different accounts. Then you log into the Chrome web browser as Bob, and you put the plugin in, and then you can have one version of like Yoroi with Ledger. Then you log in as Joe, and you can have it with Trezor. Then you log in as Tiffany, and you can have it with neither one. So that's one way you can do it. All right, 1 minute left, 1 minute countdown. Let me go to full screen here. All right, we're going to pump this up, pump it up, pump it up. 1 minute left. Let me get my screen share going here. I keep losing track of, I got too many screens up. Okay. 53 seconds. "43 seconds. There we go. There's Daedalus. Daedalus is up. 30 seconds left. 30-second countdown. And I'm going to check over here on this % progress bar. and 20 seconds left. 20 seconds left until Shelley D equals 0.9 and it begins the decentralization process. And we'll go over and take a look. And I have Kyle and Christian who are minding the nodes right now to check the transition through the epoch. 1 second, 0 seconds, boom, it just rolled over and all of these wallets showed up. Oh, look at that. So these delegated wallets popped in. That was cool. That was cool. You saw it here live on Digital Fortress. You saw all of these wallets pop into place with their delegations. This was blank earlier. I was wondering what this was for. It said loading pools and there was a little spiraling around. And look, it has a little redelegate button over here, which I'm not going to redelegate. And we're going to go to info, and I'm anticipating this will update, that the pools are making blocks. It'll either update here shortly or it will update in 2 epochs when rewards start going out. But I thought it would update right around here. Let's see how many stake pools we have up. All right, well, congratulations. We have Shelley at D equals 0.9. Let me take a look here. 911 pools up. There's more than that. That's just how many my Daedalus is showing right now. I'm going to go back to the delegation center, and the timer is going. The pools are showing. All right, and let me get some questions, and we're going to pull up the pool tool over here. So let me kind of tuck Daedalus aside. And we'll go over to pool tool. And if anyone happens to see it, let me know in chat if you see the first pool to make a block. Now, right now what happened is the epoch transition. So here's lifetime blocks, sorted by lifetime blocks. And I'll check back on this. And hopefully it works out pretty good. I mean, even though I'm doing a live stream, you know, I've got faith. This has been working well. We ran through like 5 mainnet candidates, well, 1 non-mainnet candidate, and then 4 mainnet candidates before going to mainnet. So I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Let's see. Oliver Heavyside says, my pool CPU and relays are getting smashed. Yeah, mine are showing 10% from Touche. So yeah, they're going to ramp up. Right now, the pool's relays are ramping up. And the block producers. So here's what happens at the epoch transition. The block producers and relays have to snapshot the blockchain, run the Ouroboros protocol, do all this cool magic stuff, and then and also continue communicating. Right? They're communicating with each other. So what happens is, as the snapshot and all the math kicks off, and what you've heard described as multi-party computations, all of those things kick off, all the magic stuff that makes Cardano work. The CPUs ramp up, and when the CPUs ramp up on the relays and block producers, and the memory ramps up, sometimes you'll see relays disappear. You might have 20 relays in your peer list, but they don't completely disappear. It's just they're busy doing other things, so they don't respond as quickly. And so while they're busy doing other things, you might see 20, and then you'll see it count down, we'll say 18, 17, 16. You'll see it drop down, and it's not necessarily those relays are completely dying, right? They're just busy doing other stuff, so they might not be answering the mail at the time that you're looking at it. So it'll count down from 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, or something like that. And then you just wait a little while, and then you'll see it count back up 17, 18, 19, 20 over a period of time. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, but eventually it'll count back up as those relays reconnect. It's just a little bit heavy taxing. And you might have seen people talking earlier about 1.18.1 and 1.18.0. Right now, most of the pool operators have rolled back to 1.18.0 to prevent any anomalies that could occur with 1.18.1, because there was an edge case bug that could cause or would cause something to go wrong. So it's better to roll back the code to the known good, and that was 1.18.0. 1.18.0 is a known good. We know it survives the epic boundary change really well. So that was a good call to roll it back and then pound on 1.18.1 a little bit more, probably bring it up to 1.18.2, and then deploy that before the next epic boundary so that people can test it before actually putting it out there. Now, I don't see, let me sort by live stake here, and then I'm going to check lifetime blocks. I still see it at 0, and let me check, let me refresh the browser and check lifetime blocks. Now, here's something also we got to think about is that Pool Tool is also running nodes, and it's doing a lot of extra work, and Papa Carp has a load of servers going on that thing. So yeah, I didn't screen share Pool Tool. Sorry, let me put that up there. Yeah, Wayne Morgan says he's running on 1.18.0. Good call, Wayne, on moving back over to 1.18.0, because we know that 1.18.0 is well proven, and it's better to go with the proven one than to try to switch over to one that needs a little more testing before we use it on the mainnet. So yeah, that's a good call. So Dao Dejing says I see 10%. So maybe the Daedalus wallets are beginning to update. Let me check Pool Tool again real quick. I will share that with you, and I'll also hop over to ADA Pools over here. I'm still not seeing the lifetime blocks update with we have blocks in here from the Shelley Genesis. You see the ones in black. Okay, so I will come back over to Pool Tool. We're going to check Daedalus right now and see what Daedalus says. So let me bring that one down and bring Daedalus back up and take a look over there. Oh, looking good. Thank you for that 10%. Thank you for letting me know in the chat. I appreciate it. And here we go, here we go, here we go. Boom. Here we are. We got the 10% showing here in the info bar now. In the delegation center, it should have populated with your pools that you are delegated to. So your delegation center here would be populated. Your stake pools indicator should look the same. I thought we would get bars here. Right now, these color codes don't really count. They don't count until the pools start making blocks. I'm surprised we have this one with characters that are non-standard in the ticker. This was not supposed to be allowed, but according to the instructions, but apparently it is allowed because there it is. I'm looking at it. The rewards table, once rewards start coming in, that will be 10 days from now, August 23rd. The info table now showing 10%. Info table's now showing 10%. All right, so I'm going to stop that share. All right. Okay, so thanks for giving me the heads up there that Daedalus was now showing 10%. I had that running just so I could see that. Now I'm very happy about that. Let's see if I got anything else. Yeah, currently 10%. Thanks, Dao Dejing. Appreciate it. Shelley Genesis made all the blocks. Yep. Ahmed Aladala is seeing 10%. And Daedalus as well. Geronimo Bax. Daedalus is showing 10%. There you go. There you go. There you go. And Mike Ski says a 1% pool got it. I'm not surprised. 1% has a lot of delegation. They have a lot of, so the chances are in their favor. So Altquate says 1% 6 got the delegation, got that first block. I'm not surprised. I know people always talk about decentralization and you should only run one pool. I've heard people have that debate. And then 1% shows up and they have a really low pledge and they say 1% always, and everybody throws their money in that bag. So how much do people in crypto really care about decentralization, or how much do they really care about increasing their bags? Think about that for a minute. You know, if 11% of all of the bag holders delegated to the 1% pool, that means the 1% pool has a winning business model. That's what that means. Because people want that. People say, well, I want that because it says 1%. Now, what will happen is between 10 days from now and in the coming months, we'll find out if how effective the business model is in the long term. In the short term, people find that interesting, and it worked really well on the ITN. But in the long term, we'll see how that goes. I mean, they might work out good in the long term. We don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out months and months from now. And so Mark says, no, there is a Shelley block from 1% pool number 6. Yeah, they got the first one. ADA's pumping, 1% pool, Aruba stake pool, laughing about it. I think they might have figured out a good business model. That's the great thing about Cardano. That is the great thing about Cardano. Look at all of the different business models that you have to pick from all these different stake pool operators. Some people put a slightly higher percent and they put on more pledge. Some people went with a lower percent and a lower pledge. Some people went with multiple pools and they split their pledge up. Some people went with like a charitable like offerings, or not offerings, but style. Basically, their style is either charitable or environmentally friendly. So you have the ocean is a big ocean out there. You have as many different ideas that people have. They can run all these different pools, and we're going to see more. Right? Right now we see this is just the beginning, and there might be a huge number of different types of pools to pick from, but it's only going to get bigger. People are going to come up with really cool and crazy ideas, and big companies are going to get involved. JP Morgan Chase, someday they might run a pool. Maybe they'll have me run it for them. I don't know. Maybe Verizon and AT&T and T-Mobile and Sprint, maybe the big telecoms, Vodafone, maybe they're going to run pools. Starlink, Elon Musk, maybe he's going to run a pool. Who knows, right? I don't know. I mean, we're the pioneers. Everyone who's running a pool right now, these first 1,000 people that built pools, these are the pioneers of Cardano. This thing's going to be gigantic. This thing is going to be freaking huge. It's going to be gigantic. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is just the beginning. And the people who got in early, you're going to do well. You're going to do good. Okay? Not financial advice, but you should be quite happy several years from now, maybe a decade from now. We'll see. All right? I'm going to look back at those crossword puzzles that I made with a 100 ADA prize, and I'm going to look at it and cry and go, oh, 100 ADA, I could have bought a Lambo with that. Well, a Porsche, actually, but I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. But look what 100 Bitcoin will get you now. Will it get you a Porsche? 100 Bitcoin. How much would I get you a Porsche? Well, hell yeah. That'll get you a Porsche 918. Shoot, it'll get you a Bugatti. So, something to think about. Someone said ADA's pumping. I can't see it right now. Let me go back to Pool Tool. Once I see it update over there, over on Pool Tool, and then I'll check out ADA pools and we'll take a look at what's going on over there too. And see which pools are making it. And my technicians / engineers, Christian and Kyle, are minding the nodes and make sure they went through the transition well. Relays are up, block producers are up. I'll check on them in just a minute. Why is it updating? There we go. Update. I got too many browsers open, too many streams, too many software apps. Gigabit internet. I need faster internet. I need better than gigabit. I need better than gigabit. Let's see here. Oh, there we go. All right. Once I get the sort going, I'll bring that up. I just need to refresh. Make sure I got the latest data. How'd you guys sort? Let me know in the chat. I'll check over there. Did you sort by blocks, lifetime blocks, or live stake? Mechanized says maybe an e-scooter or a pair of rollerblades. I hope not. I'll be eating tacos for the rest of my life. Homemade cheap tacos, not the good stuff. I think we overloaded Pool Tool, guys. I think we put too much on it. I'm not seeing it update. I'm not. I'll open a new web browser. Let me see if that'll do it. No, it's not updating. Let me try my cell phone. Maybe my internet's not working and I don't even know it. No, it's working. Chris Ray says, I guess I need faster internet too. Starlink, buddy. Starlink. It's coming. It might not help with the immediate latency, but Starlink is definitely going to help the remote areas around the world. Jordan Dean says, pool tools crashing. Ada Pools is dying too. Oh, let me check. Let me come right back. I'm going to go ask my guys, how are our pools doing? What's going on? I'm sure it's fine because we got a butt ton of horsepower on those relays and block producers. I've got a 32 thread, 64 core AMD EPYC processor with 3200 megahertz ECC RAM. I'm a huge fan of heavy engineering on the processing. Nothing beats having high quality parts. So that's what we did. We went high end. Plus I've got an Intel Xeon 12 core, 24 thread, 64 gigabyte server is the backup server. So let me go check to see how. I'll be right back. We were up 100%. Just talk to the boys. Just talk to Count Christian. 100%, no problem. EPYC transition, no problem. Cooking with gas. So all nodes are up. All relays are up at Digital Fortress. Primary and backup relays stayed up through the EPYC transition. Block producers stayed up through the EPYC transition. I don't know when Digi's going to make a block. Digi has a lot of stake on it, but currently the pools are only going to make 10%, all the pools Cardano wide, all of the decentralized nodes. So let's say they were going to make there's 21,000 some odd slots, and the average pool would have normally made, let's say, 20 blocks. Okay. Let's say the average pool would have normally made 20 blocks on the ITN, just as an example. With D equals 0.9, that means that average pool will only make 2 blocks instead of 20. Okay, does that make sense? All right, let me know if that makes sense. Because the D equals 0.9, so 10%. But you're still going to get the full rewards, all right? And again, I'll figure out what that means. Umed Saidov gave some information on what that means, but basically you'll get the rewards for that pull as long as it makes at least 1 block because of the D parameter, however that works. So I'm assuming that if a pool normally would have made 20 blocks and it actually only makes 2 blocks, then they're going to get the same rewards as if they made 20 blocks. So everyone should be getting healthy rewards like we saw on ITN, commensurate rewards that make sense. Like, you don't want too much rewards or that will just devalue the cryptocurrency. It'll just, you don't want too small rewards or people won't be interested. But what you do want is competitive rewards that people both enjoy, but it's not spammy. I had Stellar. I might have mentioned that before. I mean, I have Stellar. Stellar is really cool. They have a cool app called Keybase. I hope Cardano makes an app like Keybase or integrates with Keybase. But Stellar did a couple of things. They have just a standard inflation. I think it was 1%. It just inflates by 1%. Whatever you're holding inflates by 1%. So that's kind of boring, right? I guess maybe that's boring. It could be. I now think it is boring now that I see how Cardano works. They also did a coin burn, a token burn. They burned a bunch of coins, and it pumped the price for a little bit, and then it went back to normal. And it's almost like those tokens never existed in first. It's like Thanos snapped his fingers. Poof, they're gone, okay? And so is the value. So I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know what's going. So coin burns are bad in my opinion. They don't make any sense. Plus, people own those coins. You can't just burn coins that people own, right? All ADA in existence is owned by someone. It's either owned by the treasury, or it's owned by an exchange, or it's owned by people. You, all of y'all, own that ADA. So you cannot burn ADA. That's permanent. That ADA is permanent. All right, so I just wanted to pass it on to you. Oliver lost one of his 4 relays. Yeah, that's understandable. I did notice that some relays go down. Hopefully Pool Tool and ADA pools are still holding up, or are in the process of coming back online. I see Pool Tool is still reporting the Epic, and the data is now coming in on Pool Tool. So it looks like Pool Tool recovered. It's just that very heavy processing load at the turn of the Epic that causes some issues. I'm still not seeing the lifetime blocks showing yet. We are on slot 644. Let me check ADA pools. Let's see here. Where are we at on ADA pools? ADA pools? We got... I'm going to check a pool. Let's say I go to Digi, for example. So let me share this. I'll show you what I'm looking at. I'll show you what I'm looking at on ADA pools. ADA pools is brilliant. Beautiful job. Cardano is just killing it. Cardano's killing it. It really is. Cardano's doing great. I can't ask for any better. I'm not pumping my coin. I'm not pimping my coin. You guys know how I am. If something's a bag of shit, I'm going to call it a bag of shit. Cardano's not a bag of shit. That's why I'm involved. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't good stuff. All the other pimp shills out there, they can suck it. Cardano is badass. All right, so here I'm over here in ADA pools, and I'm going to search. So I search Digi in the search bar like this, right? And then I'm going to click on Digital Fortress, and this shows the. Let me check what I got here. Did I share the desktop? Okay, this shows pool performance. Oh, this is cool. So the graph. Here's the graph of the pool. And then if you go to About, it shows the relays of each pool that's up. Okay, let's see if it updates. If it's running, it'll show that it can see the relays. Yeah, so it can see my relays. There are 5 relays at this location. DNS entry. There's 1 DNS entry. So if you dig this, if you type into a terminal dig space relays.digitalfortress.online, you'll see all 5 relays responding. I always have 10 relays running. There's 5 primary and 5 backup. That way they're online and at the tip. Okay. And then there's just some examples. I mean, I don't know what pool I should type in here. I don't want to, like, let me try an IOG, for example. So that way if something comes up weird, I don't want to embarrass a pool. And then this will show the relays are up. Okay, and I hit About. And give this a moment to load, and it looks like ADA pools is holding up well. And see, here's this relay, relays technew.cardano techmainnet.iohk.io. They are running 8 relays. They set their valency to 2, so when your Daedalus wallet connects, it looks here first. It connects to 2 of the 8 IOHK relays. All right. And then it gets all of the other relays. It connects to all of the other relays. Let me give an example. I don't know if another pool. I think is there one bird here, for example. I don't know if that one's in there. Oh, the web browser's getting slow. ADA pools is slowing down a little bit, but it's doing all right. Okay. And then there's this one, this example that has multiple relays. Okay, and those relays are up. You see that? Different locations. And I think Clio. It's getting a little slow. This is not being responsive. Clio. Take a look. Marcus runs a great outfit, so he's probably got all his stuff up. And I wonder if in some of the relays that are in Japan and Asia right now, although they're pretty distant from here. I think they would still be up and running. Let me check that. There we go. Yeah, it's starting to slow down a little bit. So there's a lot of people hitting ADA pools and Pull Tool right now. That will slow down those websites also. There was one point during the ITN, Papa Carp told me he was getting 500 hits per second. Okay. Yeah, so the Milan relay is up, but the Pull Tool might not see the St. Louis relay. It's this example right here. But the one in Italy, I'm connected to this guy here, and it's, at least I think I'm connected. It depends if when we last ran the Ansible script. But we'd be connected to that one over there in Milan. Okay. But during the epic turn, either ADA pools doesn't see that relay presently or whatever happened with that. But it would be back up shortly, or the connection would be back. The connection would be restored. The relay's probably up, just the connection isn't there. All right, so let me see how we're doing. Okay, yeah, Fluxa mentions, of course, when the exchange staking goes live, we'll see a lot. Yeah, I think the exchanges will start the staking process. I'm okay with staking from exchanges as long as the exchanges offer people the ability to stake to the community pools. If the exchange only offers the ability to stake with the exchange pool, I tend to disagree with that a little bit. I mean, it's okay, but I would prefer they didn't do that. But if the exchange offers people the ability to stake while their ADA is on the exchange and stake to a community pool, that would be good. I think that would be good. Okay, it depends on how the exchange handles that. I don't know how they handle that or how they would handle that, but I think that would be beneficial. I'm going to check back over at Pull Tool and see if I can see any pools making the blocks. It's showing we're now on slot 1600. Oh my gosh, I've been going for like an hour. I'm sorry to keep you all tied up, but I hope this is working out well. I'm still looking for those lifetime blocks. If anyone sees them, which pool made the first block? Oh, there they are. Oh, I just saw it. Let me get that shared out. Oh, there it goes. Pop pool made a block. Oh, one more time. And I'll put it up on the screen once I get it sorted. Let me get it sorted first. Okay, there we go. We got community pools making blocks. Beautiful. Well done, folks. Let me screen share this out. Let me screen share this out. Okay. All right, so you have Pop. Got a block here. Cardanian's got a block. ZZZ, JP2, HRMS. One PCT6, that's when people were saying got the first one. And the Genesis slot leader got a block here as well. Okay. These blocks up here, we're not counting these ones. These are federated blocks made by the federated nodes. And what we're looking at here is we're looking at the community pools making the blocks here. So well done, Cardano. Good job to IOG. Good job to Charles. Thank you, brother. Nice work you did there, man. Great work. And the team, all the scientists working on this to get it working. This was a lot of work. It's been a long time. It's been a long time in the making, and it was worth it. It was worth it. So I want to give you guys my opinion. And Jordan Dean says, waiting on a digi block. Yeah, me too. You know, it could. You never know with these slot lotteries. You might not be the first one to make a block, but you might be the one that makes the most blocks. You know what I mean? So you might not be the first one to pop up in there, but you might do pretty well in the long run, in the long game, because epics are 5 days now, so it's a longer game. I know crypto likes high speed. Here's my thoughts on decentralization, and I'm open to your inputs, but you hear people like, I'll give you an example, Tone Vase. He said He tried to make the argument that Cardano is not decentralized by saying Charles Hoskinson is the CEO of the code. And I'm like, dude, you don't get it. You don't get it. Just because you have 1,000 different people scattered all over the planet working for 1,000 different organizations or working for themselves making code doesn't mean it's good code. Okay, and I'll give you an example. All right. Boeing makes airplanes. All right. Now, look at the airlines. They're very highly decentralized. You got Delta, KLM. I'm going to use airlines, and I'm going to compare the airline industry to crypto. And it is a good analogy. Some people don't like my analogies. This is a good analogy. You got Delta, KLM, JAL, American Airlines, Aer Lingus Airlines, all these different airlines out there, okay? Hundreds and hundreds of different major airlines all over the planet competing with each other for global business on international flights, okay? You can look it up online. There are hundreds of different airlines. They make massive amounts of money. The greatest amount of money in the airline industry flows through the airlines, all those different airlines. Now, the one thing they have in common is almost all of them buy Boeing jets or Airbus jets. Now, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to use Boeing as an example, or you can use Airbus as an example. Airbus makes great airplanes. I've flown on plenty of them. So Boeing makes these aircraft. They're the engineers. These are very precision aircraft. You can't just have any Joe Shit the Ragman making aircraft. Billy Bob in his garage should not be making commercial airliners. Okay? That just shouldn't happen. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Billy Bob in his garage should not be making commercial airliners. You need a company like Boeing to make commercial aircraft that humans are going to fly around the world on every day. So every day these Boeing aircraft are flying all over the world and they don't crash. There is no such thing as a minor aircraft crash. Okay? When an aircraft crashes, you have to assume the worst. You're going to lose everybody. On very rare occasion, they land in the water and they're okay. Or they land on a freeway and they're okay. But in general, when an aircraft goes down, it's bad. So Boeing makes all the aircraft. Then all of these different airline industries purchase those aircraft. And that's where the decentralization occurs. So the engineering company is Boeing or Airbus. The stake pool operators are like all those different airline industries out there, like Delta and KLM and JAL and you name it, okay, Aer Lingus. Those are like the stake pool operators. They get their product that they move people on from, not their product, but they get their toys from Boeing. And then they all build businesses on those aircraft and they fly them around the world and they compete with each other and great things happen all the time. So you guys kind of get where I'm going with that analogy. Yes, Cardano nodes can all be built by IOHK, and also Cardano is still extremely decentralized. Because if you want precision code like these Haskell nodes are, you have to have code that is high quality, that is made by people who should be making code, not some guy in his garage. You know what I'm saying? And then the pool operators of the world take this code and they build businesses on it. Just like the airlines. Okay, they build their businesses on Boeing, they build their businesses on Airbus, but the end result, the end game is to move people from point A to point B and not crash when you get there. And so that's what I'm getting at. Do you guys follow me? Is that a good analogy? I hope that kind of makes sense. I'm going to check back over to Pool Tool and refresh it. We had about 8 community pools made blocks at the point when I last checked. And I'm going to check back there again. And I'm going to get see how the community pools are doing. And so basically, if whichever pool you were staked with at the turn of that epoch, a snapshot occurs, and 2 epochs from, and over the 1 epoch from now, that stake will be applied, and 2 epochs from now, you'll get your rewards for that staking that you did based on the blocks that the pools are making now. Okay, so how did we sort that again? We sorted by lifetime blocks, and I got to give it a moment to update because Pull Tool's getting pretty hard right now. And there's a lot of hits. There's a lot of traffic to that website. And what I mean by hits is a massive amount of traffic will slow the website down. Even though on the back end it's running perfectly fine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now there are 9 community-made blocks, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them were made by community pools. So nice work. All right, I'm going to wrap up shortly. So if you got questions, let me know. I'm not gonna. I can't stay on. I can try to stay on all night. I can stay on as long as I want. So we survived the epic transition. We have pools making blocks now. We have community pools making blocks on Cardano. So huge win for Cardano. Huge win for Shelley. One giant leap for crypto. One small step for Cardano. And good job, Charles. You the man. And I know there's a lot of people behind it, but we need to give Charles a little back rub. He needs a pat on the back once in a while because he earned it. Okay. So let me say I had questions there. Fluxa asked, there will be 100% more contributors to the code than IOG as soon as Voltaire is 100% launched. Yes, good point. Excellent point. I'm glad you made that point. IOHK needs to build the building blocks that everyone, or IOG builds the building blocks that everyone else also builds upon, right? You got to have someone make high quality bricks, and then all of the construction workers out there build high quality buildings. But you got to start with high quality bricks first, and that's what IOG is building. They're building the bricks that we build everything else with. And when Goguen is out, that is also another building block that people are going to build on. Keep in mind, the Plutus Playground and the Marlow Meadow has been available for like 2 years now. It has recently gone through some revisions, some updates to Plutus Playground and Marlow Meadow, but it's been out there for 2 years. Plutus Fest was in December of 2018. There have been developers playing with that code. There's going to be a lot of developers who understand that code. And you know what? Developers love to develop, okay? They like to make things. They like to learn new stuff. Everybody likes to learn new things. Those developers are going to get their hands on that Plutus, and they're going to tear it up. And you're going to have some good stuff on Cardano that's built with high quality code. And guess what's going to happen with Marlow? Well, you don't have to be a software engineer to use Marlow. You can be a financial expert. That is a domain-specific language. The financial gurus of the world are going to get their hands on that Marlow, click and drag, building block, Lego block style, and they go, oh yeah, that speaks my language right there. I know what this is doing. And they're going to start building on Marlow. Not software engineers, but financial experts. And that's a win. That's a win. Because now you bring in people into Cardano who otherwise, you bring in that talent, the skill, the experience, the knowledge of the financial world building on Cardano. And that's a win. Okay, let's see. Someone says the FOMO of 1027. Thanks to ETH, we need the ETH pump. Okay, Octoman. I don't know what you meant, bro. IOG4 made a block. There you go. IOG4 made a block. They got a lot of stake on those nodes, so those nodes are going to pump out some blocks. I will put out a tweet once Digi makes a block. I can't stay on the live stream until Digi makes a block. You never know. It might be 2 days go by and then Digi poops out 6 or 8 blocks. You never know. I saw that on ITN with Jormungandr. Those parts of the protocol have similar characteristics. You can have a huge amount of stake, and at the beginning of the epic, you have few blocks. Then in the middle, you got a bunch of them. All right, it's kind of funny how that works because it's a lottery. But it overall, over many epics, it averages out. It averages out over many epics. Okay, let me see. Let's see. Oh, John said he sold all his ETH to buy ADA. Me too, John. Me too, bro. Good call. in my opinion, not financial advice. I traded all my ETH for ADA. I've got a Bitcoin. I've got a few other smaller bags of tokens, but I traded it to build up my pledge for the pools, okay, for Digi. My current plan is my pledge will stand and the percent will stand as is, unless some environmental factor causes a need to change. I'm not going to randomly change pledge. I'm not going to randomly change the percent. I like consistency and I like long term, so I want it to be consistent and long term. That's the plan for Digi. That's how I plan to do it. Also, I just want to let people know I occasionally get offers for people to be co-owners of Digi, where people will say, hey, I would like to pledge with your pool. I am not taking co-owners due to maximum security. It's not because I'm a jerk. It's not because I don't want to play well with others. I do want to work with people. However, right now there's no ultra secure way to put multiple owners on a pool unless you have absolute trust and blood bond with that human being, okay? I don't think it's a good idea to be sharing the certain types of keys. You're not actually going to share your ADA over social media. You wouldn't have to do that. You don't have to send your ADA to someone, to a pool operator. But I did have some offers for people to help with pledge, and I appreciate the offers. Thank you to those who have offered to help with pledge. But I don't want to compromise both of our security, both the person providing the pledge and also my own pool security, because we air gap everything. Everything is air gapped, okay? I mean, as far as getting the data onto the pool and putting the ADA on the pledge wallet, we air gap everything we can. So as long as there is still some mild risk to the person offering, I'm not going to accept offers from people who would like to be co-owners. It's just for safety for everybody involved. There are safe ways of doing it. It is safe. I'm not saying it's not safe. It is safe to have multiple owners. That's fine. I'm just saying I would want a very strong trust bond and to do something like that. So currently I'm not okay with doing that at the present time. But maybe eventually, if it's either made easier or safer or better. Hello, Aaron Weigel. Welcome. He says, Rick, appreciate the work you're doing. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it as well. Thank you for being here. Fluxa says, good design, Rick. Don't end up like Happy Pool. That is a sad story. That is a sad story, but it's also a good comeback story. Happy bounced back, and he's working on running the pool charitable, and the community is helping him recover the funds. And it was an error. At least I'm glad Happy came out. Jun Suk, he came out and told everyone and said, this is how it happened. You know, he was in a hurry and he made a mistake. Okay, there was a couple of errors made there due to possibly high anxiety, excitement, a desire to get things done rapidly, and a mistake was made, and there you go. So that's where I'm trying to absolute minimize risk, absolute maximum security is my goal. And so we stick with maximum security. When in doubt, okay, could I get more ADA? Sure, I could get more ADA. But if it puts anything at risk, either another person or the pool itself, in losing ADA or compromising keys, the answer is no. There's a reason why this pool is called Digital Fortress, okay? That's why it's called Digital Fortress. It is a digital fortress. That's the point, okay? So absolute minimum risk, absolute maximum security is what we do, and we do it well. And again, thanks to Kyle and Christian, huge shout out. They've spent many late nights. I'll give you an example. They practiced for this. They practiced for mainnet. Kyle and Christian spent thousands of hours since last October on Jormungandr, and then coming up with the Haskell nodes. They spent hundreds of hours practicing the air gap process on the Shelley testnet releases, and then on the mainnet candidate, then mainnet candidate 2, mainnet candidate 3, mainnet candidate 4. And every time a new mainnet candidate came out, we had to rebuild all the pools using air gap. So it was a lot of freaking work. I mean, they just busted their butts because it takes about 3 hours to build a pool on air gap, and also taking precautions while you're air gapping. As opposed to, I'll give you an example. If you use CN Tools, CN Tools is great, built by community members. Someone can hit a few keys, a few keystrokes, and poof, there's a pool. Poof, there's a pool. Poof, there's a pool, right? So that helped build 1,000 pools on Cardano, but a lot of those operators may not have the knowledge and skills. Now, the operator guild that built CN Tools puts the warning in there that says, make sure you understand the fundamentals of a pool. CN Tools is for convenience, but it does not replace the fundamentals and the basics. So it's possible there's a lot of pools that were built where they don't understand the basics and the fundamentals. No hit on them, no harm, no foul. I'm not beating up on those pools, but that is something to be alert to, is that if you have a pool that was rapidly built on a cloud server and the person is not security savvy on the cloud servers, or if they have a home server where they have open ports out onto the internet and they haven't said security and they rapidly built a pool, it could be compromised. Okay, so be alert to that in case those pools ever become inoperative or if they put out an alert. But the key is that all the pools, the Digital Fortress pools, are built using air gap, and with absolute maximum security is the number one priority, and minimizing risk to the pools and to people's ADA. All right. BCA says, nice work, Digi team. Thank you very much, BCA. I appreciate it. If you have any questions, let me know. Chris Ray says, Christian and Kyle are killing a good job. Yes, they are. They're working their butts off. And eventually, the Cardano software, the Haskell node built by IOG, is extremely stable. So what happened, let me tell you a little story here. With the Rust code, it was not stable at first. So all the pool operators will tell you, there's hundreds of pool operators. I know, I feel for you guys. The Rust code at the beginning was very painful, and people stayed up late to keep it alive. Okay, the Haskell code ain't like that. The Haskell code runs. You turn it on and it goes. Right? You're not fighting it. So what people are doing now is, instead of fighting to keep the node alive, they're building automation. Like right now, Christian is building the automation in Ansible to switch from primary to backup and collect new peers, and he's just putting in there, he's automating it in Ansible to do that. And Kyle is building the peer lists and the processes. So he built the procedures for how to air gap with zero compromise. And that's the key, like how to air, and that's what he's working on and has done, and keeping track of the VRF keys when the KES expire. He's keeping track of that. Okay. Let's see if we've got any other questions in there. Let's see here. All pools should be secure. It will be bad for all holders if they get compromised. That's from Monty. Yes, that's true. Most of the pools are secure. The code is very secure. The key is how well locked down is the infrastructure that the pool is sitting on. So you can build the best code in the world, but if you just leave it sitting naked on the internet, then that's a problem. So that's a problem. So you can build the best code in the world, which we may have here. We might have that with Cardano. It is possible. It is the best crypto code in the world. I would not be surprised if it currently is, and is currently the most decentralized cryptocurrency, both based on the people and based on the code. You can't take one without the other. It's both the people and the code. How do the people operate? Because like with Bitcoin, yes, physically you have a massive number of nodes, but also physically with Bitcoin, for example, I'm not beating up on Bitcoin, physically it's located in a few number of places where electricity is the cheapest. And also it's kind of governed by a small number of people. The goal with Cardano is you want the governance to be distributed among the people of that use Cardano, which eventually will be billions of people. That's the goal. The goal isn't, a select few, right? The goal is many. And so if you were to compare the two, the Cardano technology allows for greater decentralization. You have thousands of, many hundreds of pool operators. So we've got, I would guess, 800 pool operators operating 1,000 nodes, maybe. Could be 500 pool operators. Each node is the equivalent of an entire Bitcoin mining farm. So the control of the network is now being shifted over the next several months as D counts down. So once D equals 0, I think it's going to take 4 to 6 months. Might take 6 months or longer before D equals 0. And you'll have complete autonomy amongst the members of the community to bring up a node, join the network, provide a stake pool, offer services, or whatever it is they do on Cardano, and they won't have to worry about that there's some checkpoint they got to go through, some person they have to get approval from. They'll be able to dynamically join and leave the network and try to succeed or fail on their own. And just be alert to that. There are pools that will fade off, but the majority will be there. Right now, out of the 1,000 pools that are currently on the network, you might see a couple hundred will fade away and a couple hundred new ones will replace them. But over time, the network will grow, and then some others may fade away and others will come in and replace them. And then the network will continue to grow. Okay. That's the general idea the general idea that I think will allow Cardano to grow. All right. So let's see here. What else? Any other questions? Yeah, Fluxa says it'll be over time. Remember, it's built to be an ever-evolving system. Yes, people will say, when is something done? Well, you can identify when Shelley is done. Okay, Shelley is released, but Shelley isn't done yet. There's going to be a couple more upgrades on Shelley, and then you're going to have the Goguen version of Shelley that interacts with Goguen. So then you have Goguen also growing. But at some point, maybe a year from now, you'll have Shelley, Goguen, Voltaire all running and released. But it's still not done, because then you have Basho and Hydra, right? And then those will evolve for several years. And at some point, the core infrastructure will have a standard set of compatibility and a standard set of features at the core. But then another big company will come along and say, you know what? I think we can build something better on that. And they'll take the code and modify it, and they'll build more. So Cardano will never be done. There will just be, the baseline core stuff that will always have certain compatibilities or certain standards. Then there's the forever stuff that will always change and always upgrade and always update. StyleZR asks, when you add funds to a delegated wallet, do you have to wait until the next epoch for this to be included in the rewards? Okay, I have that's a great question. I have a two-part answer. When you add funds to a delegated wallet, those funds become immediately effective as delegated. So those funds are delegated to wherever that wallet is delegated. But you have to wait 2 epochs. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. So as soon as those funds get to the wallet, those funds are delegated, and here's what happens is at the snapshot at the turn of the epoch, they go into effect. Then 2 epochs later, you get the rewards for that delegation. Okay, so if I delegate right now, it will be 4 days until the snapshot of that delegation. Then 2 epochs later, I will start getting the rewards from that delegation. So keep in mind, folks, ladies and gentlemen, you never have a gap in your delegation. If I delegate to one pool, let's say I delegate to RDLRT, Pryank's pool right now. If I were to delegate to his pool right now, then I wait 8 days. Okay. I'm going to get rewards from that pool because I was delegated at the turn of the epoch. Then 8 days from now, I switch over to Palderogi's pool, which is under UNDR, and I switch to his pool. Okay. I won't have a gap in delegation. At the next snapshot, it will say, oh, switch to UNDR. And I'll still get rewards from Pryank's pool, RDLRT, for the next epoch and a half. And then at that second epoch from switching to UNDR, then I will now get rewards from UNDR. So this is going to take people a little bit of time to figure out clearly which pool they got the best rewards from. It's not going to be super obvious because you're going to have to look at things like the graph in Yoroi to say where exactly did those rewards come from. Because you might find you have really good rewards today, but those rewards didn't come from that pool you're delegated to today. It came from the pool you were delegated to 2 epochs ago or 10 days ago. All right, that's what people are going to have to figure out over time and make graphs that clearly help show that and help people understand that that is the case. Okay, and I think Yoroi is a good place to show that. It's a good place to have those kind of graphs so that it looks well. Chris Ray says, Rick Schilling, hell yeah, you gotta love that guy. RDLRT, hell yeah, man. I gave a shout out to my boy Prank, man. I love that guy. He's awesome. Prank, man, he helps so many people. He is relentless in his dedication to helping people. He helps people in the community tech support channel. He helps people in the Cardano official channel. He helps keep it clean because we used to get a bunch of trolls in there, and he cleaned it up. He, as long with Niels and Andy and all the other folks, helped clean it up in there. And but he helps people, and he does the same thing for pool operators in the stake pool channels. He helps them if they have very advanced questions. Pool operators, they usually tend to know a little more than the average because you have to. You just gotta understand how it works. But even the pool operators will have questions, and he helps them out. So yeah, Prank, I mean, always give a shout out to Prank. Prank's awesome. Everybody gotta know who that guy is. He really, everyone in Cardano knows who Prank is, and he runs a pool. RDLRT is a very humble guy. He's a very humble guy, and he doesn't go out marketing his stuff because he's too busy helping people and building stuff and making code. He writes code for a bunch of projects for Cardano, like the CN tools, right? So that's something to be aware of or alert to, that he does do that. Yeah, so any other questions, let me know. Let's see. I scrolled through chat. I hope I got them all. If I missed anyone, please let me know. All right, I think I got them all. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up for the night. It's getting kind of hot. It's getting kind of hot in here, and I'm going to have to go cool down. But thank you, everyone, for watching Digital Fortress. I hope you enjoyed the Shelley live stream and AMA. Nobody asked me any crazy questions. If you ever get a chance, if you ask me a crazy question, I will answer it. Some things I will answer in humor, and some things I will answer seriously. If it's a technical question or professional question, I'll answer those professionally. But if you ever ask me a crazy question, I will answer your crazy questions with a crazy answer. Okay? So I will give you that. I will give you that. All right. So time for me to punch out here. I forget which window I had up. I'm going to have to figure, what did I do if I had this live stream? All right. So y'all take care. Thanks for watching Digital Fortress. Happy staking, and congratulations, Cardano. Let me do one more check on Pool Tool. Oh, look at that, man. Lots of pools making blocks now. Lots of pools. Great job, IOG. Great job, Charles. Great job, Duncan, Master Jedi Duncan Coots, and Lars Brunez, and Kevin Hammond, and Sam, and all those folks, and K-Tors, Matthias, the unsung hero, the brilliant young man writing that Haskell code. I think Vanessa McHale is back there writing Haskell code. Guillermo Maroni, and all those folks. Yeah, it looks like we're doing great. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 different pools have made blocks on the Cardano Shelley. We're up to 16 in an hour. So it's 6:44. The Epic rolled over exactly an hour ago, and we have 16 community-made pool blocks. This was a huge success. Congratulations, Cardano, and congratulations, everybody out there. Thank you for watching Digital Fortress. Y'all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.